Hi guys, in this video I will show you how you can use the margin and padding in your web page. Alright, so suppose this is your web page and then I have a multiple containers inside it, like for menu I have a div, this one, fine, and again then for the banner I will have a div. Then suppose I want some section for the information, so we will create the div for them also. So this is D1 or section 1 and this is section 2. So this is my basic page structure, where this one is what my web page, and inside it the different divs. Okay, and there may be possibility that there will be one div inside another div, right? So today we are going to learn the relationship between the parent and child with the help of margin and padding. So suppose this is the first div where I write simple welcome to CSS. So welcome to CSS tutorial is its content, right? Now you can see the distance between the border and the outside container is called what? Margin. So these all are what? My divs. So in the normal words also I can say what is margin means whatever distance you left from the parent container is called the margin. Okay, so that is the margin. So over here if you see that for the div number 1 again we have the four sides, top, right, left, bottom. So we can have this one, it will be the right margin, this one will be the top, left, and the bottom. Okay, so this is what how much distance your container will left from the its corresponding parent container. Okay, right now for left, top, and right it is web page, and for the bottom it is the other div, right? So this is what the margin is. Now let us see what is padding. So padding is the distance from the border to the content is called the padding. Again the same thing, left, top, right, bottom also works for the padding. The only difference is what, like whenever you use padding, the left and right padding will get added to the width, whereas top and bottom padding will get added to the height. Suppose 500 pixel is the width of my particular div, then I am setting the margin from left to 20 pixels, and yeah, that's fine. Let us set some height, say 30 pixels, some padding from left. So I want to give 30 pixels, that's fine. Then padding from the top, I want to give not 50, uh, say 5 pixels, fine. So what will happen? Now the final height will be 30 plus 5, that is the 35. Okay, and 5 pixel it will left from the top border, and then the content will start. Similarly, the total width will be 530 pixels and the content will start after 30 pixels from the border. So that is what the padding is. Margin simply the distance between the containers. Padding is the distance between the content and the container. Okay, and padding affects your height and width. So you need to do calculation as per that. Okay, so if I want to make it 500, you need to take the width 470. Okay, then only it will become 500, otherwise it will be 530, and height will be 35. If you want a 30 only, then you need to give 25. So again you can see in the section 2 I am creating one more div. So this is what now the margins, because now the outer section is the parent from the green div and this is the content. So from green border to the content is the padding for this particular one, and outside that was in the green color is the margin for that particular container. So this is the most important thing, that is your margin and padding. I hope theory is clear. So what we'll do, let us try to do it practically. So let us go to our VS Code, and I always prefer to open the folder using code so that all the content will be there. So it is getting opened. Wait for it. Fine. So this is my previous lecture file. Let us create a new file, that is working with margin and padding. Anything name you can give, and then .html. All right. And now let us write the basic HTML code. I am going to use the VS Code help for the same. So I will type HTML5. It will give me the code. Fine. And I am going to use the internal CSS in the same. So I will create the style tag inside the head section, and then inside the body I will create the different views as I show you earlier. So this is like menu will come over here. The second is like banner will come here. Third, suppose I want to give two sections, so let me give it a parent div, then two sections. So this one is for section 1, another one is for the section 2. Okay, so this is the basic thing. And let me do one thing, apply the border on all the divs. So I am going to work with the element selector div, and over here I will type border solid red. Fine, we will remove it at the end if needed right now. So just view it in the browser and see how it is coming. So here no nothing like width, height or anything, just simply the divs and a border for the same, so that we can see like how much area they are covering. Okay, once we are done with that, you can remove the borders, not a issue. All right, so let us see. Yeah, see, menu, banner, section and section 2. So my page is zoomed in right now. We'll work over here, then I will zoom it out. Okay, so let us work on the menu first. This is the full width web page basically. Okay, in some cases you will see what that they use some particular width, and yeah, like this is the full width, and in some websites they left the space to left and right like this. Okay, so that in the left and right side they will post the ads and all right. So what we can do is let us apply the margin on the body itself, because at the end it is the parent. So let us give margin left whatever you want to give, say 50 pixels, and similarly margin right to the same thing, 50 pixels. Okay, so this will applied on the body. By default it has approx 10 or 5 pixels. See, fine. Now we will work on our very first div, that is the menu. For that what you will do, you will create a class. I am going to use the class only. So I will create a class with the name menu, and over here let us give it some height, 50 pixels. Fine. Then other things that you want to give is, say I want to give the margin from the top and the bottom. Okay, because left and right is but obvious coming from the body. So let us give it margin from top to 20 pixels, and margin from bottom, again the same 20 pixels. Okay, and one more thing, let us change the border. So after all it will come after the element selected, so it will override that particular one. So 1px solid green. Right now I created the class, but nothing happened. Why? Because I didn't applied it to the particular div. I need to write class and the name, that is menu. Fine, save. Now refresh the page. You can see the border, height, width, and margin is also coming. Now what I want is to change the padding also. Okay, so let us see how we can do the same. Again go to the section menu. Let us change the font size first. So let us give the font size 20 pixels. Fine, looking good. And after that let us give padding top, I want 15 pixels. Fine. And padding left, bottom is not needed basically. So padding left you can give. Now you can see when I give the padding from the top, the height is got increases. Again if I give it from the bottom, it will get increased by 15 more. Okay, and yeah, this is like that. Okay, so in order to maintain it inside the center, first of all we don't need the bottom one. So and what I wanted to keep the height 50 pixels, so 15 I am saying is going to the padding. So give it something like 35, so that it will come in the center. Perfect. And similarly you can give the padding from the left as well. Let us write padding dash left. Whatever you want to give you can give over here. Percent pixels, all the things work. So 30% is like this. If we want a little bit less, so make it 20%. If you want exactly in center, you can directly tag text align center. Okay, so menu section is done, right? And now what is the second thing is the banner. So ideally any image will come at this particular place. Right now I don't have any big image, so what I will do, just check with any dummy image, and after that I will just remove the image and work with the background color only. So let us see, cartoon is not working. What we have is bird, still that is for the, that is the small one. Hmm. So let us change the height and width and then you'll see. So let us make a class with the name banner image, and then we will set the height and width. This is just for the sample purpose. After that I will remove the image because it is not looking good. So let us create a class banner image. Dot is needed, and over here let us set the height and width. So first of all let us say width 200%, and it will automatically increase the height also. Okay, so you need to set the height manually. Fine. So this is how it will look when you give the good image. It will look great. So right now I am removing the image because I don't have the image for the particular size, and in place of that I will apply the class directly to the div with the name banner, and I will just use the background color inside that. Okay, this is just for the example purpose, so remove it. And here let us make it a banner. and apply it to the particular div. And fine, now let us give it some background color, right? So background color, anything, suppose we want to work with the blue theme, so that's fine. The next is what here you can give any heading like here image will come for banner. Perfect. Still my page is zoomed, okay? Now we have two sections, section 1 and section 2. So let us create a class for the section, or here bottom I can also set, but that's fine if you want to set the bottom or not, and set the border as well. You have two options, either set margin bottom of this one or set the margin top of the next one. If you set both the things, so if you set 10 both, so it will be totally 20 pixels distance between the two. Okay, so menu is there, banner is there. Now let us go to the section. Over here, first of all I want to give the width. Let us give it some hard coded value, suppose 400 pixels, and apply the class to this one and the second one also. Perfect. And see, now the width is less. Let me zoom it out. You can see the width is less, means 800 pixel can easily come inside the web page, but what is happening, 400 pixel, rest of the space is waste. And then, so what you need to do is to use the property float. So float will do what, it will assign it a particular width, particular space that is equal to its width only, not the complete row. So here let us make them float left. Now you can see they comes near. Okay, and one red border is coming, that is from line number 51. We'll see it later. Now let us give them the height 400 pixels. That's perfectly fine. And you can give the margin also. So margin top, whatever you want to give. Perfect. And then we can give the other margins also. This red div is something from here, and we are not using it, so let me remove this one. Opening closing both, fine, save. So this is done. Now I want to give some space between the section 1 and section 2. So you can do one thing, either add the right margin to section 1 or the left margin to the section 2. I will try something that it will work for both. Okay, so first increase the width, and now since I have the class section and I want to apply the things inside that only, so that I don't need to create the new class. So let us make some combination of left and right or something like that will work. So simply if I give the margin from right, it will give me the space between section 1 and section 2, and already some more space after section 2, whatever the distance left. Fine, like this. Okay, and after that, based on this, you need to set the width and margins. Okay, up to the point it is equal to the width, that's fine. If you exceed the width, then your section 2 will come downside. Okay, so you need to keep it in the mind. It's very simple, but you just need to be focused for the same. So if I give 550, you can see section 2 is coming downside because we don't have that much space. Let us try for 525, even not working. Let us type for 520. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Okay, and since I give the margin from right only. Okay, If you want totally perfect, so try to give the margin from left and right both, so that it will work perfectly. Menu is done, banner is done, sections are done. Now we can write some other things over here. So let us create a heading H2 and write a section 1 inside it. Alright, and some dummy paragraph. So I will write P, some dummy text, lorem ipsum. Similarly, things in the section 2. So I will copy this section, paste it between the section 2 div or here, paste and give it the section 2 only. Save it. Fine. So you can see this one. Now if I want to apply the padding 10 from left and right. So what I need to do right now, what is my width? 520. If I give it the padding from left to 10 pixels and padding from right also to the 10 pixels. So the total width will become 520 plus 20, that is 540. So again we don't have that much space. You can see it will come downside, right? And padding is also applied. So in order to achieve the previous one, what I will do, I will make the width to 500 so that at the end it will become 520. Perfect. And here you can see the padding is also, you can give it as per your choice. Now let us do one thing. Let us write the CSS for the heading. So H1, first of all text align to the center. Oh, H1 is in the this side. I want to apply it for the H2 basically. So come over here, give it H2. Perfect. Okay. And even you can set a background color also so that the heading will be quite highlighted. Say some dark color, blue. Right, and even you can give the some background color to the sections, say sky blue. Tada. Okay, so this is how your basic structure of web page is created. I think margin and padding is clear to all of you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment. Thank you.